Now it's 6:07 on a Thursday morning, one day closer to Friday, and it is a much quieter day, and it's going to feel pleasant. Somebody was telling me the day after, a tropical storm hits, the weather is just so pleasant.
Right.
It is.
And I think you're actually going to see a stretch of days of nice weather here in central Georgia.
We'll take it.
Exactly. Low 80s as September begins. That's going to be pretty below average. Here's a live look over downtown. Temperatures are in the 70s this morning and 60s in a handful of spots. 71 in Macon and in Gray, 71 in Warner Robins, 68 in Eastman, 72 in Dublin, and 70 in Sandersville. Let's check out what's going on and what we saw yesterday. How about this? We were saying 5 to 7 inches of rain would be possible, and that is exactly what we saw in parts of Telfair, Wheeler, Montgomery, and Treutlen counties, even more so as you got out towards Statesboro. So that's where the heaviest band of rain set up from Soperton to about Claxton. But then it was a sharp cutoff the further west you got. If you're watching from Forsyth this morning, you're going, Alex, what rain? Well, you go ask the people in Montgomery County, and they're going to tell you about 4.5 inches worth. We've only got about an inch in Macon, about 7/10 of an inch in Milledgeville, about an inch in Irwinton, an inch and a half in Cochran. So yes, a very tight gradient right there, but that is exactly what we were expecting. This morning on the radar, we are quiet here in central Georgia. We got a front that's sitting over us right now. That front is what's responsible for turning Idalia, so we're friends with that front, and it's going to continue to spin on up through the Carolina coast and out over the Atlantic waters this morning as Idalia pulls away. It did make landfall yesterday as a Category 3 hurricane near Keaton Beach, Florida. This is near the Perry, Florida area if you're familiar with the Big Bend region. Sustained winds of 125. It was a Category 3 at landfall and then crossed over the Georgia state line near Valdosta. Minimum pressure was at 949. Today, we are going to make it into the 80s by the noon hour. This model has us touching 90. I kept us at 89 for a high temperature, only about a 10% chance of rain. Then we get into tomorrow morning, and I think we've got a little bit of a better rain chance at about 20%. Starting off in the 70s, going to hang around in the 70s till about the noon hour, but then tomorrow afternoon, we're only going to get into the mid-80s, and that's going to do it for us. Notice the cloud cover will be around, though. The humidity at the surface is going to be very low. Let's check it out on the dew point maps. You're going to notice we're going to be dealing with 60s today, but then here comes tomorrow and 50s building into central Georgia. So it's going to feel rather nice outside, at least by my standards, is certainly for week 3 of high school football out there on the sidelines. So it's been a hot August. There's no doubt about it. Yesterday made it to 79. That's our first below average day since August 17th. Our below average day on that day was 91, so 21 above average days. I do think today will go down as below average. We should be at about 91, and we're going to head to about 89 today. But look at this, 83 for tomorrow, 84 for Saturday. We'll be back to 90 by Labor Day. Let's check out that hour-by-hour forecast. 81 by the 11 a.m. hour, 83 by noon, 84 right around 1 p.m., and that's going to be as we are on our way to 89 later today. Again, 83 tomorrow, a 20% chance of rain, mainly in the morning tomorrow, drying out for the weekend at 90 for Labor Day, 91 on Monday, back to 93 on Wednesday.